Hello friends, my name is Shivam from DevOps Schools and I will help you to enable your learning process in various technologies of DevOps, artificial intelligence, machine learning, big data and many more. This is our initiative to help you by sharing multiple tutorials and videos. And if you want any specific tutorials on any particular topic, then please do comment in the below comment section and I will help you with it. Also, please subscribe to our premium services on YouTube, which will give you access to more content and videos to enhance your knowledge about all these topics. Also, if you want me to help you with regards to the online trainings and classroom sessions by our qualified trainers, then please do write me at contact@devopsschool.com. Thank you.
So next thing is, what is a pipeline? What is a pipeline? So basically, pipeline is a concept. What we are trying to do is integrate. So here, let's say we do the build. Okay. After that, we do the testing. After that, we do the package. And after that, we do the deployment. Let me remind you, for each and everything, we use a different tools. Yesterday, we have a discussion with it, right? We have a different tools. Again, I had shared with you one URL which will help you to decide that which tool you are using. So let's say you're in a Java, right? So you can come back to this path and decide which tool you can use it. Let's say Java, .NET, Python, Ruby, Node, and mobile. So here you have all these tools. So for different things, we have a different tools. Now, I'm not saying like only these tools you have in Java. There are so many other tools also we have in Java, but we these are the popular one, and I support popular one. So what is a pipeline? Basically, it's a concept for what? For continuous integration. So here, if you see here, you have a build, you have a testing, and you have a package, and you have a deploy. So where is a pipeline basically? So pipeline basically is a concept. Okay, understand this. Pipeline is basically concept where whatever you do, let's say you do the coding here, okay, then build automatically will happen, and then this will trigger test, then integration will trigger package, and then integration will trigger deploy. That means pipeline is basically everything in one go. This is one pipeline. Again, if you do something like this, you'll be having second pipeline, something like that. So everything, I don't care about the failures and success. Okay, the only thing which I am caring here is the moment you commit your code, okay, it should be analyze the code, build the code, test the code, package the code, deploy the code to the QA environment, and then deploy to the production. Everything should be happening without human intervention. That's simple. Okay, so that's called pipeline. So developing such a important automation is called pipeline. Okay, so this is a one run is one pipeline, second run is a second pipeline. So in this pipeline, let's say we call it this as a stage or phases, also you can call it. This is a stage: build stage, test stage, phase, package stage, deploy stage. And each stage you have a multiple steps which you will get it in the Jenkins job. Jenkins job, remember, in each project you had a multiple steps, correct? So now the question is, I'm asking this question to you. Let's say this is one job, this is one job, this is one job, this is one job. I want to create a pipeline. So basically you have to link it together, right? This arrow has to be linked it together, this arrow. So anyone have an idea how do we link means end of this each job it should call other job? Anyone have idea how to get it done?
Use triggers.
Which triggers? Anyone did practice it yesterday or remember anything?
Build is successful, then it triggers the test. There is a setting in the configuration.
Right, yeah. Let me show you, then probably you can help me. Oh, sorry, spelling mistake. uh, hmm. So tell me which one will work here. Which one will work here?
Method 7.
Wonderful. Yes, that will work. So now you understand where to use all these scenarios. There are different conditions to schedule it. Yes, method 7 will work. Yes. So what we are going to do to create a pipeline, guys, what we are going to do? First, set up a job, build a job, one job for test, one job for package, one job for deploy. But so we'll have to set up a job. So now there's a two-way. Now you have to decide how do you set up a pipeline. There's one way which we have is lazy way. Okay, I'm lazy, so I'll do this one. This will take more time. But another way, we have an intelligent way. Intelligent way will take less time and more efficient. So whichever way you are comfortable with it. Now lazy way I'll show you, then intelligent way. So let's get started with it. So I need a 4 job basically, for one for build, one for test, one for package, one for deploy. So guys, you can look at my screen, and if you feel confusion, please stop me. So where is my Rajesh compile, and here I feel a little lost because everyone's job is here and I don't want to be lost all the time. So what I'm going to do, new item and folder, which folder? Rajesh folder, and click OK. I got one, all of my job will be in one folder. So organizations can be done easily. Now these are the settings, you can do that, but right now I don't need these are things. So save it. So I created one folder, and in that folder I should add my job. So I had a one job created yesterday. So here is my folder, you can see Rajesh, and here Rajesh compile. So can we move this job to there's some refresh problem, so I'm not feeling comfortable. Yeah, it's here. Moving that project, I mean the job project, whatever you want to call it, to this folder, Rajesh folder. Wonderful. Okay, so now everything will get settled in my folder. Now I am feeling good because that's, I can see only my job. There's a view also, we can work with it, but I'm not complicating right now. So this job I'll rename it to the build. Okay, so this job rename, and what you want, build, rename it, done. Okay, after that I will just build it once. Okay, so build has happened, I think 28 build. Okay, so build has happened. Now what I want is I go to my folder, build is done, you see here. Now I want to test. Now how do you get a test? So see guys, assume like I have spent so many hours setting up this job, and do you want me to spend again few hours to set up another job? No. So by default I'm very lazy guy. So what do we do? I will copy this. So new item, I'm not going to build another job from scratch, rather than I'm copying it. Name this job, and here I'm not creating a freestyle project from scratch because it's going to take a lot of time. What I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the entire project which I have already worked, and I can consider that as a template, and I just copied. So whatever I had in the build job, I got in the test job. You see here everything. But what you want to do here, you did the compilation, but here you have to do the testing, right? So you have to change the Maven goal, right? So here compile to testing. So that way you can save some time, anything. So I just got a testing time, a test job. Now similarly I'll get a package and deploy. So here go for one more job, create one more job, new item, and name it package. And this time same thing, go to the build, click OK, and here package, and click save. And finally one more I need, last one, deploy. So go to folder, new item, and deploy and build. Click OK, and I'll just so here you have to have a Maven knowledge in depth. Okay, so because what is a goal, what is a phase, what is a pom.xml, all these things you should know. So it's very easy. Again, if you don't know, I have a crash videos available at my YouTube channel. You can check it out. So now guys, I got all these 4 jobs. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to build it each and everything. One build will be failed deploy because Nexus is not there or Artifactory is not there, but remaining jobs will be passed. So now you spend so much of time and you set up all these jobs, but what we need actually, so we need to integrate, and someone suggested, right, I need to use this feature, uh, method 7, to connect each job to another job. So let me use this feature. So I am going to refresh this, and build should called package, no sorry, build should call test should call package should call deploy. This is how it is. So let's modify the build, edit, configure. Okay, and here you go to the post build action, and here you see here add post build action. You can add as many, here you can add as many builds activities also, so many builds. This is called step actually. Here build, you can add more things actually, but right now see here, build other project, I got it. So this is the build. It should call what, I forgot that. It should call test, correct, and save it. Now if you refresh this job, guys, can you see this? See, downstream project test. Okay, so for the build, downstream project is test. Now test should call package. So let's do that. Now this is a test job, configure. There's some noise coming from someone, I don't know who's that. If you're not talking, please mute yourself. And here go to the post build. This should call package. Save it, refresh it, and you see here downstream job package, test for upstream job build. Now package should call deploy. Who's coming from? Someone is coming, I don't know who's that. It's coming from everyone or only for me?
For everyone. Sarvesh.
Yes.
Sarvesh, mute कर ले.
Hi, I'm trying. It seems it's stuck.
Okay, you can rejoin, you can exit this meeting and you can rejoin, probably it will fix. Yeah. Okay, so guys, here package, I have to call the next job after the packaging deploy. So this all logic, who decide? You have to decide as an engineer of this of your project, which are the job you want, which are the things you want to do in each job, how do you want to connect and all. I'm just teaching you conceptual stuff, but the real work will be done by you. Maybe you have a little bit of change here and there. So there's no only one template get applied on every project. You cannot do that. Every project has a different requirement. Okay, so and limitation. So here I am going to do the post build actions for last one, build other project. Now here deploy and save it, and that's all. So guys, I connected each job, and if I go here and Rajesh folder, I have a 4 job. which has automation for my project end to end. Why it's letting slow? Huh. So you see here, all these 4 jobs I am having, but now you know what? If I click build, rest of the things has to happen automatically. Okay. So why deploy is taking time? Let me see here. Deploy has to fail. I'm just looking the output. What is this? Okay, it's trying to upload the Nexus server, which is a not exist. So they are trying. Next 5 minutes it will try and then fail it. So I'll manually fail it right now because deploy has to fail because I don't have an Nexus server right now. So let me manually fail this job. Okay, so now if you see that I will click first job build and remaining jobs has to be triggered automatically. So here what I'm trying to say, see everything whatever you do except coding should be automated. Yes, I see, very straightforward. Everything you do except coding has to be automated in your project. I will put it in this statement in another way. Okay, if you are writing coding for the product, you are on a right path. Okay, if you are writing a coding for your product, you are on right path. If you are writing a coding again but for testing the product, see, first time you're writing a product code, but this time you're writing a code but testing a product, like test cases. Okay, so if you are writing a coding, if you're writing a code but this time for testing the product, again you are on right path. Third thing, you are writing a code, again you are writing a code but for operations purpose, for your project. Operations means deployment script, security scripts or many other integration scripts and stuff like that, like Ansible and Terraform and different scripts like YAML of Docker and Kubernetes and all stuff. So again you are writing a coding, then you are on right path. If you are doing nothing, then I don't know why you are software engineer. So you be anywhere, you are in a dev team, testing team or operations team, you need to write a code. If you are not writing a code, that means you have to think about it. Okay, are you getting my points, all of you?
Yes.
Yeah, so
Yes.
everything has to be automated except coding. Now why coding cannot be automated? Because that is something which is required the intelligent. Let me tell you, if you follow the AI innovations and all, in the next 5 to 7 years or 10 years, in fact coding will be done by robotics, because there is a reason is very simple. AI, not robotics. AI, I mean, it's the same thing. I mean, in a way, AI. Why? Because you can read one book in a, let's say, 1 month. Technical books I'm saying, but your AI can read one books in 1 second. So you think about it, who's a efficient? Okay, for you to build a algorithm, you have to do so much of thinking here and there and all stuff like that. For AI to build the algorithm, they have to just refresh their all the learnings what they have got it and do that within a few minutes. So it's like that. So it's going to be like that. So in the next 10 years, you might expect your coding job will be also taken care by AI. So you can do holiday all the time. Okay, so this is the 4 job I have got it, and I will click one job here, build now, and you can see in the left side in the executor section, see here, I click on the build now, by the way, so it should come in the build queue or executor. See here, the website is little slow, but you see here, build queue package. You see that right now package is there, so build is done because a small project, so is done. Okay, now let me refresh manually. There's a way to refresh automatically also, but it will take more time. See here, one more time refresh, and see deploy is in progress. So this will be there because it's fill job. So now you see here, you trigger once, and how to trigger first job. Again, you should look at my this thing, how to trigger. There's so many ways. I have all the ways of Jenkins available. I have consolidated here, so you should check it out. Okay, so now you can trigger once and everything will be done. So here, what I was trying to tell you, Jenkins will give you what? Jenkins, you will get an immediate feedback. If anything will get failed, you'll get a feedback. Not everyone will get a feedback. Only culprit can get a feedback. That setting is also there. When I say culprit, that means the person who has modified the code from the previous code, successful code, only he will get a notification. Okay, so all these kind of things you can set it up. Many things can be automated. But you know one thing, I'm not enjoying the view because human needs some sort of visualization power. Where is my project stands? So I needed some sort of dashboard. We call it a pipeline concept. Actually, we build the pipeline, but the visualization of pipeline is not there. Okay, visualization of the pipeline is not there. So what do we do? So as I said, either you do lazy way or intelligent way. Intelligent way, you have to do the coding, and in a lazy way, you can use existing job. Whichever you like, you can do that. So first I'll show you this one, and then second one I'll show you this one. Okay, so let's get started. So there is one plugin which is there. I'll teach you how to install the plugins also. So you go to the manage Jenkins, manage plugins, and there's one plugin which is called pipeline plugin, build pipeline plugin. So this we are not using nowadays. Okay, we are not using nowadays, but it's a deprecated one. But this for the visualization, like you should understand what is a pipeline. So see here, this is the one. So install without a restart, and this pipeline is installing. See here, this is coming from the cloud. So this pipeline, I will use it. So again, as I said, Jenkins has so many features. So many features. Though whatever you see, it's a basic feature which you have, which I have shown you. Basic feature. Now, if you want more feature, you install the plugins. You get it more features actually. Okay. So I install the basic plugin, build pipeline plugin, just to show you the lazy way of pipeline setting of the pipeline. Because I have an existing job. Click OK. I install this plugin and go to Rajesh here. And here I click on this, and here I say Mozam B CICD, something like that. And here this is the pipeline which I got it. Okay, click OK, click OK. Now here there's so many fields are there. I will not confuse you with it because hardly you want to remember it. The only two things I have it. Select the first job. So here, where's the first job? Here. So Rajesh build, right? Here it is. And how many total pipeline you want to see? So let's say 1 instead of 5. And rest of the thing is just okay. And you see here, this is your pipeline. Now you like, your eyes is little bit getting impressed with this. So right now deploy is in progress. Build is successful. You can run one more pipeline starting with the build, test, package and all. And these are the previous run. Did you see that? All of you?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So there's a question from Hari. Get the team on the things. Guiding. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I got you, Hari. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah. Okay. So this is the pipeline. Now the next thing is, guys, this is the pipeline which we don't use it now. This is the lazy way. We used to use it 4-5 years before, but I told you, right, everything is all about the coding now. So see here, this is the pipeline, one pipe, this is one pipeline, this is the 29 pipeline, this is the 28 pipeline, all this thing. So what do we call it, this one? This we call it stage, build stage, test stage, package stage, deploy stage. And in the each stage you have a multiple steps which you have written in the job. Okay, all of you are comfortable, guys?
Yes.
Yeah. So now can we do the same thing using coding now that we are using from last 5 years? Yes, we are creating a pipeline. So through the coding, let me tell you in a simple way, whatever the things you did through manual clicking here and there and all stuff like that, all this thing we can do through coding also. Yes, and that's a real work in Jenkins. That is the real use cases of the Jenkins. So I cannot teach you coding, entire coding from scratch, because we have no time, but I can at least show you how can we get started, and at least the fear of that things will go away. And one more thing, this is very easy though, very easy. So let me show you here. So I go to GitHub, and my project Maven. So I need a code actually. So the code I have written, but just I want to explain it to you. This is the code I am having. Let me explain it to you. Okay. Now how to write a code and all, again you can spend some time there, but see here I said this is a stage, build stage, test stage, package stage, deploy stage, and each stage you have a steps, correct? So now guys, you look at this here, it's very easy to understand. Def Maven home, so we are defining one variable Maven home. Now here you have a stage preparation, here you have a stage build, here we have a stage ut means unit testing, here we have stage package, and here we have a stage results. Okay, so here you have divided this in the 5 stage. What we are doing, this is the global variable, so you can use it anywhere. Here we are setting the MVN home is equal to tool Maven. Now what is this? What is this tool Maven? So guys, here tool means that is the one of the functionality of Jenkins. Anyone can remember that? What is a tool?
Builder tool that we use.
So if you go to the manage Jenkins, here you see global tool configuration. This is the tool they are talking about. So tool means whatever the tool you have here, we are using that path from here. See here. So what is the tool here? Maven. So I need to look out this. Do we have a Maven named with it? I want to use Maven installation. So what is the name here? Maven Raj. Here why? How come? Okay, there's a one more here. This is Rajesh. So all these tools are there. So this name is important. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to match the name rather than changing the code. I'm changing the Git Jenkins configuration itself. Okay, done. So this I match with this Maven. So tool that Maven will be used, which I have set it up. Here you see Git. This is a comment. Okay, this is a comment. What is a Git? Anyone idea? Anyone have an idea?
GitLab, which Git URL, which you want to push the code from that. Take the code.
Correct.
Java project
Yeah.
builder.
Whenever you create a job, to correlate that stuff, because we learn manually because we can learn the coding well. Okay. So when you create a project, you see in SCM you provide that URL. I'll show you that. Source code management, you select the Git, right? That is a Git, and here you provide the URL. You can provide more things also, but it's not required for time being. Why to complicate this thing? So it's the same line. Git is a plugin. Here Git is a plugin, and here this one.
To watch our complete session, enroll for our premium membership. Click onto the join button and enroll yourself with the best suited option.
Is the parameter. Similar way, Git is a plugin, this is the plugin, and here you provide the parameter like that. Very simple. Okay, so here check out the code. Set the maven home, ambien home variable which is defined here. So this is the one stage which is called preparation. So one stage done. Can we do the second stage? Here we are doing the build. But what? See guys, here we do the scripting also. If else, okay, if this is a built-in function, if is Unix, what does that mean? It's very simple, right? If it's Unix, do this, else do this. So this is a built-in function. So build server, which it identify whether it's a Unix server. When I say Unix server, that means the node where you're running. Right now it's a Unix for me. So it's a Unix Linux for me. So then this command will run. If it is not, then this command will run. Now what is this sh? Sh, anyone can comment on it? What does that mean? Sh means
Well,
scheduling a
anyone?
job in a BAT. In Linux we are scheduling in SH, and in Windows we are scheduling in BAT. So whatever commands we want to run.
Yeah, that is true. Your observation is okay. But here sh means what it represent. BAT means what it represent. See, here Git means what it represent. Plugin. Jenkins plugin. So here sh also is a plugin. Let me show you. Go to the build section. This is plugin here. You see, I don't know if I can see or not. See here. Where is that script? Here, this one. Did you understand that? That's the sh. And BAT, this is the one. Now you understand? You're calling that plugin. Are you getting my things, guys?
Yes.
So here you are doing sh, and this is the parameter. This is the some command. Now you see here ambien. This is the place where you have maven, bin maven, and if you go here, this is the some parameter additional. In here you have a clean and compile. This is the goal you are providing. Else compile. So same thing you did in the build. In UT I call the test. In package I call the package. Same thing which I did manually. And here you are displaying the JUnit results. So this is also plugin, guys. This is also plugin. Which plugin? JUnit plugin. Where it is? Let me show you. Go to the post build action. Here, see here, this one. Display the JUnit results. And in this archive, and this is the parameter. This is the plugin. Archive is a plugin. Where is that archive? Here it is. Archive means there's so many plugins for each and everything. We have a functional archive will archive the jar file. This will show you the HTML JUnit results. So this is the way you write a code in pipeline. Did you understand that, all of you? Hello guys.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so if you have understood, let's use this code. Okay, so remember the file name is Jenkins file. That's a code I needed. That's the only code I needed. Okay, so here go to dashboard, leave this and go to Rajesh, and now I'll create a pipeline through coding. That was also pipeline. And here, sorry, I made a wrong click. I have to click new item. Okay, this time new item. This is a pipeline. Okay, and now you see here, here it is, this one. So no freestyle project. That was for the manual work. Here you can read this one: pipeline orchestrating long running activities that can span multiple build agent. Click OK. Okay, so this is the again different job. I'll not confuse you because these are the common same thing which you had in the last also. These are the same thing. Now only things which you need is a pipeline script. So do you want to copy paste the pipeline script here? You can copy, or if you want to call it from SCM also, you can call it SCM, and git repository, okay, and all this stuff. And here, this is a Jenkins file. This is a rename it. That's all. Save it. That's all. Now build now. I'm calling the script, that script which I showed you just now. And you see here, I call, see here, preparation stage, build stage, UT stage. It's a pipeline now, but you created through code. You want to see the full pipeline? Here it is. See, preparation, build, UT, pack, results. This you can show in the some big screen, okay, and everyone will come to know the status of it, logs and everything. So now, did you understand, all of you, what is a pipeline or no?
Yes.
All of you, any questions, any doubts?
Along with that, you can access our other tutorials such as Docker, Ansible, Jenkins, Terraform, Splunk, AWS, Azure, and various other DevOps related premium tutorials with our channel membership. If you would have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@devopsschool.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video. To get our channel membership, click onto the join button, select the 3D99 plan and grow your skills immensely. Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest. Thanks for watching.